everyone, it's Karen with Yes Please PaperCrafts, and in this video I'm going to be sharing some of the layouts that I created in 2020, and I did want to get these put away, and so I thought it would be fun to do a video and share them before I put them into albums. Now I do have quite a large stack here, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to get through all of these layouts in this one video, and if I can't make it through one video, I'll probably do a part 2. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and move this stack out of the way and just do them one at a time, and so we're going to go ahead and just jump right in and get started. Okay, so these layouts are not in any particular order, but the first few that I have here are from Minikit Monday from April in 2020 when I participated in that challenge. And the mood board was given to us by Kathy, and I'll put a picture of the mood board here. It was just gorgeous. I loved all the beautiful colors, and I was just so inspired by those colors that I created this gigantic kit to work from. I ended up only creating 5 layouts with that kit, but it was just so much fun. And so the first one that I have here was a picture of my niece, and she was swinging in the swing. And the title of this one is Just Hanging Out. And my inspiration for this layout was this strip of paper here. It was a really colorful rainbow stripe. I just really loved that, and I thought this layout came out really cute. I also did have some birds. These little birds I picked up at the Dollar Tree, and they're like gel stickers. They almost look like stained glass. So I have some of those, and then this little snail over here. And I just thought this layout was super cute. So that is the first layout that I created. And I do have a video on this layout. So I'll try to put links to the videos if I have one for each layout. And you'll see the name of the layout. So I'll put Just Hanging Out, and I'll put the link there if you want to check out the scrapbook process video for any of the layouts that I'm sharing with you in this video. Okay, so that's the first one. So this next layout is called Good Times. It's pictures of my niece and nephew on the swings in the backyard. And I just thought this was really fun. I really loved using the hexagons. I punched out a bunch of hexagons using a punch and just scattered them into 3 different places on the layout. And I love the way that this one actually ended up down here. It almost reminds me of a pond. And we have these little geese here. It's almost like they're looking into the scene. So I really love that part of this layout. And all of these layouts that I'm sharing with you right now did come from the Minikit Monday from April, and they all have videos. Okay, so that is the second layout, and I'll do a little bit of a close-up for you guys as well. And I just love using dimension. I do actually like to pop things up onto foam tape. And you'll also notice that I love using enamel dots on most of my layouts. Okay, so here was week 3 for the Minikit Monday. And this one was really fun. I used this really cool acetate sheet, and you can see here, I'll lift it up. This is like a plastic sheet, and it has these little circles all over it. And I just backed it with some white cardstock. And the title for this layout is Say Cheese. This is a picture of my sister and her 3 kids. And just think this one was adorable. I just love really the bright, fun colors that I had in this kit. And I'll bring this one up closer so y'all can see that one. My title is from a set of thickers. They were puffy stickers. And so that was really cool. I also used some of those gel stickers. This is a little snail from the Dollar Tree stickers. Okay, so that is that one. Okay, so this layout was inspired by some paper from the Chamel collection, Little by Little. I love this floral paper, and then they had a stripe paper. I took the stripe paper, I cut it up into strips, and then I used a lace border punch, and I created this ruffled effect. It almost reminds me of a lacy dress. And I thought it really suited the picture because my niece is wearing this really pretty yellow dress. And it just made the layout look very feminine with the florals and then this lace ruffle. And then I just layered some things here at the top of the photo, a little rabbit and a fox. And the name of this layout is Oh Happy Day. I used a gold puffy sticker for the title. And then there's also a little bear peeking out over here. And so that is the 4th layout for the Minikit Monday. Okay, so then I did have a bonus layout because I did a layout once a week in the month of April. And so my bonus layout was using a page from, or paper from Paige Evans. And I think this is from the Paige Evans Horizon collection. And I just love this paper. And so what I did was I created this really pretty floral cut file using my Cricut. And then I backed it with that paper from Paige Evans that has all of the different colors. And then I decided to do a tone-on-tone kind of effect with all of my different embellishments. So where the paper was yellow, I tried to only use yellow embellishments, and then here's green, blue, purple, pink, and around the entire rainbow. And I just love the way that this layout turned out. This layout is called Hip Hip Hooray. And this is my sister and myself when we were on a cruise. That was in 2019. And so this was on the cruise ship. We took this picture. So I just think that this layout really suits the picture and the fun painting that was behind where we were standing. So this was probably one of my favorite layouts that I did in 2020. And let me go ahead and bring this one up closer so y'all can see some of the details. And all of these layouts do have scrapbook process videos. Okay, so this next layout was for a challenge. I was on the design team for scrapourstash.blogspot.com last year, and I decided to not do that for this year, but for the entire year of 2020, I created 2 layouts every month for Scrap Our Stash. And so this layout was for Scrap Our Stash December, and I created this layout. It's a Christmas layout using Pink Fresh Studio paper. The title of the layout is Oh What Fun. This is a picture of my sister Debbie and her husband. And I just think that this one turned out really cute as well. Everything's cute today, all the layouts. And here is some of the close-ups, the details that you can see there with the title. And then here is a little bit of journaling there. I don't really do a whole lot of journaling on my layouts. I tend to just let the pictures speak for themselves. I like to put the dates on things. Sometimes I'll put people's names, or just maybe, you know, in this case, I just put Christmas Eve 2018. I love scrapbooking, but I'm not really much of a writer, so I don't really journal things. And I probably should do more of that, but a lot of times I don't do journaling because I can't remember. I think if I wrote things down more, maybe I would do more journaling. But if I do have a story to tell about a picture, I do sometimes will take a time to do journaling and to work it into the layout and make it kind of a feature in the layout when I want to tell a story. And in most cases, I'm just scrapbooking pictures, and so I don't really do a ton of journaling, but I just think that this one's really fun. And one of the things I loved about this layout was that I was having trouble with this title up here. And when I put the word what going straight across, it just didn't look right. And I thought that was so much fun that I kind of curved the what. And then this O and the fun is straight. It just gives the title just a little bit of pizzazz and makes it really special over there in that corner. Okay, so that's that layout. And look, my little reindeer here has fallen over. I might have to put some glue on that puppy sticker because it's not staying where it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be right here on top of this label, and then looking off towards that part of the layout, and it completely fell over. That's so funny. I think one of the things I'm going to be doing when I go to put this into albums is to make sure that everything is glued down and not falling off, because I sometimes tend to finish a layout and I put it aside before I glue everything down, and then later I'll go back and things have fallen off of it. I probably shouldn't do that anymore, but okay, this next one I think was also a layout that I did for December. And for this one, it was another Scrap Our Stash blogspot.com challenge. And the challenge was that you had to use a picture of someone wearing a mask. And the whole year last year, I did not really take any pictures of people wearing masks. In fact, I didn't take very many pictures at all. So when my uncle was visiting with we went with my mom and myself. We went to a restaurant. We had to wear the mask there at the restaurant, and so we were able to get somebody to take pictures of us with our masks. And this is the only picture I have that where I'm wearing a mask. And then I used my Cricut to create this title, and the title is, "Does this mask make my eyes look pretty?" And that title came from the other part of this challenge, was that you had to use one of the sayings that was on the graphic that came with the challenge on your layout. And so I decided to take this saying and make it into a really large title on this layout. Okay, so I'm going to bring this up so y'all can get a closer look at the different parts of the layout. And all of these layouts that I've showed you so far do have scrapbook process videos. Okay, so this layout was from a series that I did on my YouTube channel called Let's Scrap, where I was just creating a scrapbook layout. And with this one is layout number 8. It's called the Doodle Punch Flowers. And the title for this layout is Beautiful Smile. And this is my mom. We went to a restaurant back, I think this was back in 2019, before COVID, and this picture was taken there. I just love this picture of my mom, and so I wanted to create a layout. And for this layout, I used a border punch that created this ruffle trim. And then I also used some glitter paper. It was like a gold glitter paper. And then the papers came from a Heidi Swap art, I think it's called the Art Walk project pad, and also from the Indigo and Ivy collection from Pink Paisley. And I do have a scrapbook process video for this one as well. And the other thing that I did was I created some flowers that I used some punches to create these flowers, and then I doodled on them with a gold pen. And so I created what I call doodle flowers. And so let me go ahead and bring this up so y'all can get a close-up of the different flowers and things that are on this layout. And I just love the colors. Blue green and green blue, turquoise, aqua are all my favorite colors. I just love that color of blue green or green blue. So, and to add gold to it just makes it so much better. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at the next one. Okay, for this next layout, I don't think that I have a scrapbook process video or a blog post for this layout. I think it was one that I did during an online crop. And I used a collection from Close to My Heart. It's just the most beautiful floral paper. And I have that floral paper up here, and then a green polka dot down here at the bottom. And then I just layered flowers, and I used a flare button here. And the name of this layout is Happy Life. And this was a picture of my mom and my sister Terry and my sister Jeannie. And we were all at Nottoway Plantation celebrating my mom's 70th birthday. And that was a few years ago. So let me go ahead and bring this up closer so y'all can see the different things that are on this layout. One of the things that was really cool was I had these metal flowers that came with this collection from Close to My Heart. And those were super cool. And then I also created with a punch, I punched out some sparkly white glitter paper and made those other flowers that are glittery. And then I also used a doily, and then I used a punch that creates a doily circle. And so I really love the colors in this layout. I love this paper from Close to My Heart. It's really super pretty, and I think it suited the picture. I think the reason why I decided to pick this paper for this picture was because of the color of my sister's blouse here. And I just think it goes perfectly with all of the green in the picture and then the color of all the clothes. Okay, so this layout also does not have a blog post or a video. It's just another layout that I created last year. And I just used a really fun stripe paper and then a polka dot paper behind that. And then used some large banner pieces and scraps of paper underneath the picture. This is a picture of my sisters, my mom and me, and we went to Texas to Fredericksburg to visit the wine country there and to go to all the wineries. And this picture was taken at one of the wineries that we visited. And then I just embellished using a lot of different pieces, chipboard, flowers, all different kinds of things. I also did create some flowers using a punch, and then I doodled on those flowers with a silver metallic pen. And the name of this layout is Hello Fun. And also used a flare button here. It says girls just want to have fun. That's one of the buttons that I sell in my button shop. I'll put a link to my button shop in the description below if anyone's interested in checking that out. But I do make custom flare buttons. So I would think most of the flare buttons that you're going to see on my layouts are ones that I've made myself and that I sell in my shop. Okay, so there's that one. Okay, so this layout was for the scrapourstash.blogspot.com sketch challenge for the month of November. And I do have a sketch, and I'll try to put it up here on the screen so that y'all can see the sketch that I was working with for this layout. But I did love the sketch. I love that they had the circle and then all of these banners. And so I thought this was a really fun layout. I did use a pattern paper as my background. It was almost like a mixed media look, and I believe that came from a paper pad. And then I also have the banners up here. The name of this layout is Birthday Surprise, and I do have some journaling here. This is one of the layouts where I did do some journaling because I was telling the story of my 50th birthday and how my cousins and my aunt came to visit, and they surprised me. They came from Louisiana, and I was living in Texas at the time. And so they drove all the way over there from my birthday, which was super awesome. And so I like this layout too. I just love using bright, colorful papers and embellishments. And so there's that one. Okay, so this next layout is also from Scrap Our Stash November, and it's from the What's My Challenge. And the challenge was that you had to create a layout about something you were thankful for and use one of the sayings that was included. So the title for my layout was one of the sayings, and it was "So Very Thankful." And I'm so very thankful for my friends. And so this is a picture of me and then two of my friends, Andre and Tina. And I used this really pretty background. It was from a paper pad. And this layout does have a scrapbook process video as well. And I'll just go ahead and bring this up here so y'all can get a close-up of some of the different details on this layout. Okay, so this next layout is from a sketch challenge from scrapourstashblogspot.com from August of 2020. And the name of this layout is Splash Park. And one of my favorite things about this layout is the title, and that I put the title on the curve of that circle. I just love putting titles on circles. I think it's really a lot of fun. Now these pictures were taken probably about 15 or more years ago. These are my nieces and nephews at a splash park in Texas. And I really think that this one's cute, and I'll bring this one up so y'all can get some close-ups. I used a bunch of different ephemera and all of these tickets that I fussy cut from some paper. I also did a little bit of mixed media, and I actually created these bubbles on the background. They look like water droplets. And I included some enamel dots that look like little water droplets. So I thought that one came out really cute. This is probably one of my favorite layouts that I created last year. Okay, so this next layout is one that I don't have a blog post or a video for. This was a layout that I created during a crop, and the title for this layout is Double Take. And it was so funny because I was scrapbooking these pictures, and I realized that I had gotten my dogs mixed up. And in these pictures, my dogs look so much alike that I couldn't figure out which picture was of which dog. And so this is my dog LilyBelle, and this is my dog Bella. And you can see here in this picture, the two of them together. It wasn't until I saw this picture that I realized that this was LilyBelle. I thought it was Bella. So I did a little bit of a double take, and it's funny, my dogs are 10 years old, but they look so much alike as they grow older that I'm having a harder time telling them apart. As when they were younger, they did look different when they were younger, and now they just, as they grow older, they get to where they're looking more and more the same. Okay, so that's this one, and I'll bring this up so y'all can see all of the different little embellishments that I used. Now this layout, I used some paper from Joann's. It was from a paper pad from Park Lane, and I believe it's called Pets in Paris. And I just think that the paper from that collection is super cute, and it did have some purple, lavender, and pink colors, which is very unusual for a pet collection because most collections that feature dogs have paper that is more boy colors, you know, primary colors. And so I really love this paper from Park Lane that has the pinks and lavenders and light blues. I think it's super pretty. Okay, so this layout was one that I did for the Scrap Bar Stash What's My Challenge for September. And the challenge was that you needed to do a scrapbooking layout that was about school or learning. And then you had to use a one-word title, 2 photos, and 3 embellishments of the same kind. And so I created this layout. This is my nephew Taylor on his first day of school. And the name of this layout is Awesome. And then I did use, let's see, 3 stars. That was my 3 embellishments, and I used 2 pictures. And so this one I think came out really cute. I think I used an Echo Park collection. I do have a blog post and a video for this layout, so you can check that out if you're interested in seeing how I created this. And yeah, so there's that one. Okay, for this next layout, it was one that I started during a crop, but I did do a scrapbook process video on this one and shared some mixed media. And the funny thing about this layout was that I made quite a mess with the mixed media. I had quite a giggle in that scrapbook process video, so y'all should definitely check that one out if you want a good laugh. And the title for this layout is Dream Closet. And I thought this was super cute. It was from a Hip Kit collection, and it was really colorful. I think these were exclusive Hip Kit Club papers and embellishments. And I love this little one here that says ooh la la, and then it also had the word style. It had this little suitcase and then this jacket that had the word cool on it. So I thought that these embellishments were perfect to document my dream closet. Now I don't have this closet anymore. This was from my house in Texas. And so I don't have this closet anymore, but I just thought this was super cool to document this and put it into a scrapbook album of just the different things that I'd like to remember from, you know, places that I've lived in my life. And I really am proud of my closet because my mom and I put this together all by ourselves. And we bought all of these things from IKEA, and we assembled all of it. And so it was super awesome. And I just loved having that closet while I was living there in Texas. Okay, so let me go ahead and bring this up closer so y'all can see all of the splatters and the mixed media that I did. And yeah, that was super fun to do that. I had quite a challenge cleaning that all up once I was finished creating this scrapbook layout. Okay, so there's that one. Okay, so this next layout does not have a blog post or a scrapbook process video, and it's a 2-page spread. So I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get it into the frame here. I might not be able to get the whole entire thing in, but I'll just go ahead and get as much as I can in there. Let's see. I think I almost got the entire thing. Yeah, I think I got it. Okay, so this layout was one documenting my birthday from 2019. And I used a collection from Echo Park. It was a birthday collection. I also used these glitter foam thickers, and on the side of these stickers are really pretty pink. And used a washi tape that's like polka dots. And these were pictures that were taken at IHOP. I wanted to go have breakfast for my birthday. And so my mom and my sister Terry took me over to IHOP and we had pancakes. And this is my sister, and this is me, and then this is my mom. And yeah, it was a lot of fun hanging out, having brunch, and celebrating my birthday there over at the IHOP. Okay, so that's that one, and I don't have any blogs or scrapbook process videos on this one, unfortunately, because that was one. I probably created that during a crop as well, and so I did not film that. Okay, so here's a Halloween layout that I created for the Scrap Our Stash October Sketch Challenge. And for that challenge, you had to follow the sketch and then also create a layout that was inspired by fall or Halloween. And so I decided to do this layout using the DCWV 12 by 12 paper pad that was, it was a Halloween pet themed paper pad. And I do have a blog post and a video for this if you want to find out more about what products I use to create this layout. Okay, so the title is called Spooky Bugs. And these are pictures from when my dogs were dressed up for Halloween in their Halloween costumes. And Bella was a Bella was a bee, and LilyBelle was a ladybug. And so super cute. LilyBelle loves dressing up for Halloween. I can get Bella to put on a costume, but she doesn't really like to dress up in anything. So I really love these pictures though, because I thought they really made cute bugs. And there's that one. This is another layout for Scrap Our Stash. It was for the sketch challenge in September. And part of the challenge was that you had to use a wood grain paper and also an animal for an embellishment. So I thought it would be the perfect opportunity to scrapbook another picture of my dog. So the title for this layout is called Diva Dog. And I did use the Echo Park collection, Once Upon a Princess. And I thought this was a really cute collection to use for my little dog Bella. I had this picture of her that was taken, and she was wearing this little dress that said Diva for Life, and so that's where I got the title of Diva Dog, and she really is a diva dog. She is such a character. And so here are a couple of things that I put on my layout that are animals that I embellish with. I have a little dog here. I also have a little frog up here as well. And here is my wood grain paper. And so I love the colors in this collection. I think it's really pretty. I think this collection makes a really cute collection to use for scrapbooking your dogs if they're girls, or also scrapbooking your girls that are in your family, like your daughters or your nieces. It's a really super cute collection, and it's got princesses in it. Okay, so there's that one. Okay, so here's another layout that was created for Scrap Our Stash. This one was for October for the What's My Challenge, where you had to create a layout that was inspired by the mood board and then also use a saying that was provided on the mood board. So I chose to use a saying, grateful for my family, and I used that for the title of this layout. And this is a picture that was taken during Thanksgiving. And because I live in Louisiana and we don't really have cold weather here, people usually wear clothes all year round that are the same. And so you'll see a lot of people in the picture wearing pink and bright blue. And so it was a little bit of a challenge to do a Thanksgiving or fall themed layout using this picture. But because I don't have very many pictures from fall, I just decided to go for it. And I created this layout. And I thought it turned out really cute. I don't really mind that there's pink in the picture. I really think that it suits the mood and feel that I was going for, because this is a Thanksgiving picture, and it's one of the few pictures that I have where we have that many people in my family all together in one picture. Okay, so I'm going to bring this up so y'all can see a close-up of all of the different embellishments on this layout. And I did do quite a bit of clusters. I used one of those leather bows. I love those, and I've been trying to use those for a while. There's a few things that I use on this layout that I have been trying to use for quite a while now. One of those was these circle thickers. It looks like a keys on a keyboard or a typewriter. And I tried to use those on a couple of different layouts, and this is the first layout that those finally made it onto a layout. So super cool. And so there's that one. Okay, so this one is one of my favorite layouts from last year. I did use my Cricut to create some of the embellishments, and the name of the layout is At the Crop. This layout was created for the Scrap Bar Stash March What's My Challenge, where you had to use a mood board and the colors in a mood board, plus you also had to use a stash item for each letter in your name. And so I had to use something that started with K-A-R-E-N-N. And so I decided to look in Cricut because I couldn't figure out what to use for the letter K. And that's where I came up with the idea to use keys. And I made these 3 keys in my Cricut. I also made this little label here with the saying that says, "Crafting is the key to my heart." And I found that quote when I was looking for the keys in Cricut Design Space. But I did cut the keys out 3 times, glued them together to make a faux chipboard, and then I used a piece of ribbon to connect those 3 keys together. And I just really love how that turned out. I thought it was super cool. Now I do have 2 videos on this layout. In one video, I shared the scrapbook process for how I created the layout. In the second video, I actually showed how I created these embellishments using Cricut Design Space. And I'll have a link to both of those videos in the description below, and so that y'all can check that out. But here's a close-up of the embellishments that I created with my Cricut. And then here is the cluster down here at the bottom. I believe I did use some papers from I Am collection from Simple Stories, I think. And the things that I used for my stash for my name was for K, I used keys. And then for A, I used an alpha. And for R, I used a ribbon. And then for E, I used some enamel dots. And then the last thing I used was N, I used this notebook punch. And I punched a border strip with a notebook punch. And so yeah. So I really love the way that that one turned out. I just love the colors in this paper. That's just gorgeous. Okay, so this layout I created for the What's My Challenge for Scrap Our Stash back in January. And for that challenge, we had to use a bingo card. And so I ended up making bingo by using the following 5 items. I used washi tape. I used washi tape down here. I used 2 different washi tapes. One with little trees and then one that has all of these different words. I also used layered stickers. And let's see, I have the sticker up here with a little hat with the kitty cat. So that's a layered sticker. I used sequins, and I used a really pretty white fluorescent kind of looking sequin here. They almost look pink in some lights. I used 4 different pattern papers, and I created a banner up here at the top. And so I was able to create bingo by using those 4 different things that were on the bingo card. Or 5 different things that were on the bingo card. And this layout was created with some papers from the Snow and Cocoa collection. And these are pictures that were taken at Christmas in 2019. When I went to my mom's house, I brought my dogs over with me. And Lily and Bella were wearing these really cute pink sweaters with faux fur. And so let me go ahead and bring this up closer so y'all can see close-ups of this layout. I love my dogs in those sweaters. I just think that's super adorable. And the title for this layout is Merry Christmas Fun. For this layout, I do have a scrapbook process video, but I don't think I have a blog post. The title for this layout is Messy Hair, Don't Care. And this is a picture of my dog, LilyBelle. She was laying on her back in her bed with her hair like all messy and just wild looking. And I snapped this picture, and I just think it's super funny. So I did use some papers from the Echo Park Once Upon a Princess collection. And I used these really cool chipboard thickers in all different colors. And I wrapped the title around the corner. And I just love the title for this layout. Okay, so I'm going to bring this up so y'all can get a closer look at this layout. I did use an embossed paper. This is an embossed cardstock. It was from a paper pad that I got from Joann's. I think it might be DCWV, and it's all different embossed patterns with white. It's all white cardstock, and it's really cool to use for backgrounds. And yeah, I just love the fun colors of this layout, and that picture of my little dog is just super adorable. This layout is part of a series that I have on my channel called the Stuck Layouts. And that's where I take a layout that I'm having a problem with and I got stuck on, and I will create a scrapbook process video and share the process that I go through to try to figure out how to finish the layout. This was layout number 5, and it was the ink splatter disaster. So originally I had a pink pattern paper down here at the bottom of the layout, and I used some Heidi Swapp Color Shine and just splattered it all over the bottom and the top of the layout, and then I instantly regretted it. It didn't look good on the pink paper, and I just really had too much of it, and it got really busy looking. And so I decided that I wanted to change this layout, and I went ahead and created a video where I showed how I took the layout apart and changed the paper down here at the bottom, and then just fixed several problems that I had with the layout where I was trying to cover stuff up. And I think this really turned out really pretty. This is my niece Haley, and she graduated from high school in 2018. And so this picture was taken right around when she graduated, because I went to Texas to visit them to attend her graduation ceremony, and took this picture. And this was her little dog Shiloh. And the name of this layout is Haley and Shiloh. And I'll bring this up so y'all can get a little bit closer look at the layout and all of the different details. I do have some Heidi Swapp Color Shine, and you can see over here at the top here, I just love when it makes those little circles. You don't always get that effect, but when I use a Heidi Swapp Color Shine, you get the circles more than you do with any other ink spray. And so I just love it when it creates those circles. I don't like it as much when it creates this messy, splatty look. But yeah, it's still really pretty, and I love the shine that it gives to that really dark background. Okay, here's another layout I did for Scrap Our Stash. And this was for the What's My Challenge for August. And for this challenge, you had to create a layout documenting a summer activity where the person was trying to keep cool or cooling off, and then also use a sun embellishment or a sun pattern paper on your layout. So I created this really cool layout using my Cricut to create this title. It's a 3-dimensional title, and I also used some glossy accents to make it look like it was wet. And this is a picture of my niece Courtney, and she is now older, so this is a really old picture. I want to say this was maybe from about 14 or 15 years ago, and she came to visit us in Texas, and she was keeping cool in the pool. They had this really cool fountain in the middle of the pool, and so I thought this was a really cute layout. I did do some journaling on this layout, and I put it here around the corner, and I just journaled around the corner of the layout. And yeah, so I think this one was really cute, really came out cute. I did use a punch to create the sun, and then I did put some glossy accents on there, as well as on these water droplets. And you can see how glossy the different things are. I also put glossy accents on the beach ball. And I don't know if you can see there, but all of the different dimension on this title that I created using my Cricut. So I do have 2 different videos for this layout. I have a scrapbook process video, and then I also have a second video where I shared how I created this title using Cricut Design Space. So I'm about halfway through the stack of layouts that I showed you at the beginning of this video, and I think I'm going to take a break. So I'm going to end this video here, and I'm going to make another video, which will be part 2, where I will share the rest of the layouts that I have from 2020. Okay, so I have a short video clip of my 2 dogs, Bella and LilyBelle, that I will put at the end of this video. So if you're interested, stick around for that. I hope y'all enjoyed this scrapbook layout share, and if you did, please give this video a like because it helps me to know what types of videos people like to see on my channel. It also helps YouTube to know which videos to recommend to other viewers. And if you have not already subscribed and you would like to see more videos, please subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you as a subscriber. Okay, so y'all take care. Hope y'all have an awesome day, and we hope to see you next time. Bye now. Hi, Miss Bella. You look very pretty, all fluffy. Mama just brushed your hair. Did you like that? So we can't give you a bath because it's raining outside. It's been raining outside for days. I know, we've been having lots of thunderstorms and rain. Yeah, I know you don't like to go outside and get wet. Yeah, Bella doesn't like to go get her feet wet. Y'all going to say hi to the YouTube people? And what else you got to say? Oh, that's nice. Yeah, and what else? Yeah, Mama's made a mess of the kitchen, huh? Yeah, the kitchen's all messy. See, I took everything out of the pantry. Yeah, I'm moving everything around, I know. Yeah, I'm organizing. Yeah, organizing. Yeah. Yeah, I just need to find a place for the treats. So where should we put the treats, Miss Bella? You want the treats where you can get them yourself? Yeah. That ain't happening. Nope. I know. Okay. So what kind of treat would you like? I'm going to give y'all a treat. Would you like something? Yes? Okay. Alright, I can get y'all a treat. Let me go get you a treat. I'll be right back. Are you ready for your treat? Y'all look so pretty with your hair brushed. Yeah. You look pretty, even though I couldn't give you a bath. Okay, so you want your treat now? You keep getting closer to the camera. You need to back up some. Can you back up? Back up. They're just doing a down and an up and a down. I know. Okay, I'm going to back up and y'all stay right where you are, okay? Okay, I'm going to put the treats down. Can you do a trick? You can do a down. Can you do a down, LilyBelle? Awesome. Do a down. Down. Bella, down. Y'all going to stay down. LilyBelle, down. Okay. No, down. LilyBelle, down. Good job. Leave it. Leave it. Okay. And there they go.